Welcome back to another episode. As you notice, we've got changed right away because this first part of this episode, we need to build a farm. What I've realised is I need a lot of bone meal recently, and the way that I've been getting it just isn't enough. I've been using the melon and pumpkin farm, any overflow. I've been using that, growing mushroom stems, composting them. I need a better source, and what is a better source? The moss. Moss is the best resource, really. Get a stone generator, convert the stone to moss, put the moss in a composter. You get more than what you put in. So I feel like I'm going to build one of them now. Now, some people, if you've subscribed and you've had a look on my community tab, you will see that I have worked on something. So this is actually 100% just me going along doing it. I've not looked this design up, so it's probably going to look absolutely disgusting. Those of you that do know redstone will see that this is going to be an absolutely horrible. There is 100% going to be better designs out there, and I might swap it out in the future. But I wanted to do a redstone project, all like my own stuff, working it logically from start to end. I'm not good. I don't make it pretty, but it's going to work for me. So let's put this down. It's mainly a lot of stone that I've got in here now with my bucket and everything that I've got. I will make it work. But what I want to do first is I just want to lay out the area for it. And I think it's going to be, I'm going to do 7 across. I might eventually move all these lighting sources. And I want to put it on a platform just so that it can be, in fact, let's do it a couple up. So the first thing I want to do is I actually just want to make the stone generator, and then I can deal with everything from there. Put that back down. Now, the way that I'm doing this stone generator again, it's probably nowhere near the most efficient, but this is how I'm going to do my stone generator. I want to make a platform. Let's do 3. Right, so far I have this, which doesn't look like much, but I'm just going to take these couple of bits out just so I can explain it a little bit better. And actually, I can take these ones out too. So what I have is I have at the back, ignore that for now. So I have a line of redstone going into these blocks. These blocks will power these pistons. These pistons are actually waterlogged, and with the water on each side, it becomes a renewable water source, which means I generate stone and not cobblestone. Then with that, which is just a redstone pulse extender, it just makes a like redstone clock or something like that. It just creates a nice pulse every now and then, that when I hook it up, you hear the pistons go off, extend, and then it's nicely timed, this one, so that it creates the stone, pushes it back, and then off it goes. Like, it's just a nice stone generation. So at least, if in doubt, we've now got free stone, unless, well, we need a way to break it, but still, free stone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let this go to the piston push limit. Try saying that 5 times fast. And then we can start working on the next step. Right, so I am at the push limit here. Now, the next thing I want to do, let's actually just disable this again. That's the good thing, that it can actually be disabled from there. The next thing I want to do is actually start getting the moss side of things sorted. So I'm going to need a dispenser. And I think the way that I was doing this before, I did it on ground level. So this might need a little bit of tweaking. I'm going to put the dispenser here. And I need a moss block, actually. Let me go get a moss block. That's where I got the lava from for this farm. So yeah, lava hitting a water source block creates stone. If you did it the other way around, if you did water hitting a lava source block, you get obsidian. And then if lava hits running water, it creates cobblestone. So that's why normally at the beginning you see people making cobblestone generators. So let's get this next step sorted. So I just want to do a bit of a play around here now, because like I said, I've got this changed a little bit from what I was doing. So I'm just going to put, actually, let's just put one bone meal in. Let's switch this back on. And this is one of the good things. Once it's hit the piston push limit, it doesn't break. The moment you break another one, it will just force it out. And then we'll just carry on from there. So that is one of the good things about this one. So I just want to see what happens now. So it's pushing them. Most of them will drop down. But you can just see, just from that one piece of bone meal, I've just got all this. And then there's also more on the top. So one of the things with this is you do need a way to get rid of these, because these now won't produce. Because there's something on top, it's classed as covered. So it won't do something. So we need to get a water stream going down. So what I need to figure out is a collection system for underneath, which I think will just be water streams in, potentially, just under here. So if I don't need that. If I did water to like this far, I think water goes 8. Right. So, I mean, having the water under here won't affect the farm, but it's just going to be good for collections. Because of how far out the dispenser is, it won't affect the storm generation or anything like that. It can't go far enough to get there. So let's start doing this. Let's just clear everything off. So now that I've got the water in under here, let's just set it off again and let's just see how we go. I need to put a piece of bone meal in. It won't work without it. So there we go. So it will push down. Push down. And we'll take these out. So yeah, it'll push them to there. That's one good thing about that side. That's that side all sorted. And now let's just get the next side sorted. Already got tons of moss and extra bits. So this is always good about this farm. You get so much extra stuff with it. So the next thing I need to worry about is things like this. So what will I need to do? I think I will need to put the blocks here. Because then it's one forward. I am going to need to, from here, just so it can guide the water. Get rid of them. And then we'll need some dispensers. So I think if I did a dispenser there and there with buckets of water, it should be enough to push all of it off the sides. I need 2 more dispensers. Let me put some dispensers in and let me put the rest of the redstone in that I need to link this bottom half to this half. I now have 2 dispensers in, I have a line of redstone, and just for now I have a button, just so that I can test this bit. So that's fine. That is fine. Because that should know if we give it another test. I've turned the stone off. Just take that back. And when we press the button now, it will get rid of anything on top. There is going to be a bit of loss with that. But we'll just stop that. That's something that we might need to worry about a little bit later down the line. Now, something else we need to worry about. Every so often with this farm, it will spawn, you know, like a moss carpet, an azalea, double tall grass, or something on here. So I need a way to actually remove that. So I need a piston that will every so often, after that's fired, fire that. So I might actually be better putting it here, because I can potentially link it to here. Alright, so this is where I've come to, and I think it's fully done for me. Like I said, this is probably not going to be the most efficient thing in the world. It's going to do for me, and I'm actually quite happy with how I've got to this point. When that fires, the observer picks it up, puts the signal up, and then we have a line running across to here, which then fires the dispensers, which have water buckets in to flush down to the bottom and flush in there. And then it also fires up into this line with a little bit of a delay on to the piston, which will clear anything off there if anything does flick on. And then everything, so if any of the moss drops down, it'll go into them. If it's along the top, it gets pushed by the water into these parts, which then all into this collection system right here. In fact, I am probably going to put some slabs up at the top there. I'll get some slabs in, and then we will fire this up. So yeah, in, press, there, in. Let us do 49 bone meal and see what that gives us. And then the good thing is it should only fire. Right, there we go, and that's fixing that issue. There was a little bit of loss because they were coming out of the side here, so I've just put some extra blocks on the side to stop that from happening. But from just a couple of torches, from that 59, or was it 49 bone meal, we have got, I mean, that's not going to get much anyway because of the block in the middle to stop the issue of the water going into the middle. But all that of just 49 is really, really good. So a few goes around on that, it's going to fill the everything that I need for a while, and then the rest I can look into making a little bone meal area. So that's really good. I think this, you know, like I say, it's not the most good looking thing in the world, but it'll do for me. I think this is successful. So we are going to take our little redstone box. We are going to repair everything in the creeper farm. This is getting to be a nice little farming area. I think the good thing about ones like this is, you know, turning it off there, it only keeps that going, so it's very lag efficient. Next thing we've got to do, we'll repair the tools, and then we'll think of what we need to build for today. So I think here is where I'm going to do my project for today, more specifically back here. I've expanded the land out a little bit so it's a little bit more flat. So instead of just having it come out to here for my farm area, it's going to go out to the back, round to here and down. And this little thing, the fisherman's hut, will probably be moved. There's a few other places it can go that's a little bit better. So the first thing I want to do is build a stables, and I think around here is going to be one of the best places. I can then go find myself some horses. We can put some horses in, and then we've got a couple of different travel options. I know I'm on an island. It just means I'll have to make bridges out to connect other parts of the island. So this first part of the stables, I'm going to start here. And these are going to be 5 by 5 squares. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to build this first part, and then we can repeat it. So the next thing I want to do is get some packed mud walls, or mud brick walls, I think are the ones that I need, just so we can start going a bit higher up. Right, so we have the first module of the stable in. You can see we're going for a slanted roof on this, and one of the good things, the colours that we're using on it makes it look very natural. When you're actually over here, it looks like it blends in. So, you know, if you come to the roof of here, you know, if I actually landed on the roof and not just on the side, you know, you come up from here, you can just about see the building there, but it blends. Apart from the oak, you wouldn't know that building's there. So I'm utilising the terrain very well, like hiding it behind. But again, looking at the colour scheme on it, it just blends it all in so that, you know, it's not too out of the eye catching. These are just a little bit of stables in the corner, so we don't need them to be too out there and looking out there. But, you know, we've got some strip jungle, we've got some oak fences, some walls here of mud bricks, and then some jungle on top, just to give it that look, and then a little bit of height difference with the way that these interact with each other. And then 3 wide, so it's a 9 by 9 on the inside, just a couple of these open so that the horse can come in, and then you can dismount and the horse won't leave, especially all around. I don't think the horse could be able to kind of jump on here. I don't think the horse is able to get out of this when I do get them in. So the next step is just repeat this about 3-4 more times so that we've got, you know, a few options available, and then look at something to put in the space here, a little bit of something for the space here, maybe a little storage shed or something, little storage sheds, maybe a little paddock or something like that, and then we can think of something for this area over here. So let's get some more of these in. And there we have some stables. Pretty good within. Got some hay storage at the back. You know, like each one of these is pretty much the same in there. Just a couple of different patterns on the floor here and there, but still using the same blocks. We've got coarse dirt, we've got packed mud, granite, and coarse dirt. So that's that one side sorted. I do need to find some horses at some point and get them in. And now I need to figure out what to put in this side. Now, with the amount of space that I've got over here, I need to also plan out what else I can put in. So this is a nice little farming area. I'm thinking maybe do I put in, because I've still got the pigs and the sheep. Oh, I've got sheep in there. Pigs and cows, you know, potentially. We'll make a couple of pens for pigs and cows. You know, one here, maybe one here, one, someone can get a nice view of the sea or something. And the water. Then we've still got to do some bits for crops. So I think the crops might actually... I've been looking for something up here, so I might do crops or something up in that side. Because now, if I've got these here, I don't really want crops here. It doesn't make sense now. Would have been a nice spot for a crop area. But I think maybe some kind of riding area, like a little... See if I can make an oval or something, just so that they've got space to run around. Maybe put a hurdle or something in. Let's measure up and see what we can potentially fit in. So here we have one pen with the cows in. That's good. Pretty close to there, but we've got actually the fisherman's hut may not actually have to move now. I can put the path through here. So I need another area for pigs, which I'm thinking I might do here. Do another something similar to that over here. So we've got a pig pen, and then we've got crops over here. Oh, I've been embracing my farmer life. So I have this area pretty much how I want it now. Again, like the other areas, just little details that are needed. But I fully embrace my farmer thing. I'm going for my farmer's tan. But what we have all together, if you ignore the little pile of moss that I've got up there that I need to get rid of, is this for a whole area. So we've got the stables that we've already done, a little running track with a little hurdle for them. Do need to find some horses. So you put in there and think of some names in there. But then I've got this, which is the way that I've done it. It's two very different styles from either side. So this one, it's very, very pink, very colourful on this side, because when you walk in from this side over, this blends in a lot. So these extra colours give it that little pop. Then on the floor, we've got all kinds of different grass in there. I've tried to put these flowering azaleas close to these lilacs, so that it gives the look of some of them like the petals have dropped. Then a little bit of a raised on a couple of bits, and then everything's got hidden lighting, no dangers of spawning. Then we have a few animal pens. I've got a pig pen there and a cow pen here. Cow pen looks a little bit... That should have been the pig pen. Looking a lot dirtier, because pigs are a lot dirtier than cows when you keep them out, I think. That probably would have been better for the cows. But you live and learn. And then as we go up, we've got a little windmill, which we'll take a look at a little bit closer up. And then we've got a few crop fields with a few... I tried to make some scarecrows just using dyed leather armour. We've got... There is nothing in the windmill, but we'll take a little thing. Just extra like storage here and there. Again, the same kind of look throughout, and then a few different... Then this is where the colours change a little bit. So this is more red and a little bit more colourful on this side when you're going in, and it breaks everything up as you go in. And then I've got a little wagon as well that, you know, it's a bit too big to fit through there. But, you know, and it's the only thing not really to scale. But a wagon where, you know, you could attach a couple of horses to the front so that you can move your goods that you've made. And then it kind of just ends here. We brought this area back a little bit so this could fit in. And then the road going through. One of the things I like about this is it's a different way when you come in this side. So as you can see, we've got our... If I go up here... Got our windmill there. It's just nice in the middle. It gives another landmark for the areas. But then when you walk in from this side, it gives it another little way in a thing. So you can see the colours in the distance. It breaks up that little area where a line of sights again are broken up until you get to the inside part. So one thing that I've been working on is breaking line of sights, not having in a grid pattern, you know, these natural curves on things like that, rather than just having these in a little square, having them in a bit of a circle. I'm liking this, like especially these details in the grass. As you can see, the sun's going down, no danger of mob spawning. Crop fields, so we've got our basic crops. We've got some carrot, we've got some potato, we've got some wheat. That's all we really need. Didn't feel like I wanted to do any beetroots there. Then we've got a little area for the farmer where he's got his little wheelbarrow. He's got it full of stuff. And we've got some water to go with a little plant bed. And I dyed the water light blue. I think that's one of the things that you can do with bedrock rather than Java. Is you can dye that. That's how you dye the leather armour in it as well. We've got a little shrub there as well, a little planted shrub. And it's just a nice little cosy area. I think I might eventually put some like storage in here for wheat or something like that, because I am going to need wheat for pack mod. So it's just a nice little area again, and then over time I might take these out and replace them if I ever need to, but it's just a nice decoration. One thing that I do like that I've done with it as well, I might swap out some of these for like jungle or something so it's not all uniform, break up the colour, is they're not squares, these areas are not square. The biggest one's that one, and I could probably have gone a couple here, but it makes it look more natural when I've done it like that as well. As you can see, we're in the night time now. No danger of mobs spawning. Everything's lit up, from the path being lit up on all these carpet blocks, and then some of these raised ones here have hidden lighting too. Still got to do something with this area, and I feel like next episode we might tackle this fisherman's hut, and then the episode after the ruins, and then we can call this half, like this side of the coast of the island, all done. But that will do it for this episode. Thank you very much if you've made it to the end. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time when we're going to do a little bit more redstoning and a little bit more building. Bye.